Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. If you're anything like me, you have tons of 6x6 paper packs everywhere in your craft room. I happen to have all of these paper packs that I've never even opened. I ordered them a long time ago, and they've just been sitting in my my 6x6 paper pack stash for the longest. So I want to use up some of these today. I know you guys know tons of projects that you can do with a 6x6 sheet of paper. I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I know, and yeah, let's just make something today, right? So here we have a little baggie. This can hold lots of cute little things. I added some ribbon on here, and it's just glued paper, right? It looks like a cute little shopping bag. I love this. Okay, so yeah, I've learned how to make this two different ways with two different people, and then I just put my own little spin on it. Okay, here we have a little little stuffed pocket, right? So basically, I've learned this to make this on Natasha's channel as well, which is Treasure Books. And if you know, you can just go down in the bottom of my my homepage, and you'll see a link to her channel as well. But yeah, this is just a cute little pocket made from one sheet of 6x6 paper that you can stuff with all kinds of cute ephemera and little things that you can put into your junk journal. Then we have this pocket over here. This one is also a cute little pocket that is it's like a double pocket basically, and there's a back section back here and then a front section up here, and again, it's just made with one sheet of 6x6, and I think you guys will really love how I made this one. Okay, then we have this is a 6x6 sheet of paper, of course. I made this into like a little tea pouch. So here it says on the front, "You're my cup of tea." It's a great way to like invite a neighbor maybe over for tea or coffee, if that's what they drink. Coffee is fine. I don't know how you're going to get a coffee pot into here, but you can try. So yeah, I mean, if you want to have friends over for a tea party, or just invite someone over, you know, for a casual conversation, you can just give this as like a little invitation. Put date and time on the inside, which is why I'm using single-sided paper. So yeah, you can just put your phone number in there, put your date and time that you'd like to meet up, or whatever, couple of tea bags, and this is just so simple, so cute to make. So there's this one, and then we have our these are really big pockets that I made for hot cocoa and a different kind of tea. I'll show you what my hot cocoa one looks like. This is just a little flap that I put on the front, and I just tucked in a packet of hot cocoa in there, right? So you can do this for like campouts, or you know, backyard movie night, or whatever the case may be. Just excuse me, just to have some hot cocoa on hand. And then this is the type of tea that I drink. It has a Velcro closure, and let me just show you what it looks like. It has a Velcro closure right here in the front. And this is some instant honey and ginger tea. It has like little sugar crystals in there, so there's no need to sweeten it. It's already made with honey, ginger, and lemon. So yeah, and I really love this tea. It even comes in various flavors. You can get it with turmeric, again, honey, or just lemon, or honey and lemon. So yeah, there's a variety of different ways you can have this. And again, I just made a little closure right there, and added a little pop sticker on the front. So there's that. And then finally, we have ourselves a little pocket book. People call this pocket books or brag books, and if you know, you know, right? A brag book is basically something that you just pop out and you can brag all about it, tell everybody what's in there. So I just decorated this very simple little 6x6 brag book using about 4 to 6 sheets of paper, and I just stuffed it with ephemera, putting like, you know, some tickets in there and some twinges in there. And this one fits like really cute, like right on the little notch that I made for the little thumb notch. That button fits on there really cute right there. And I think I have another one back here as well. Here's another little twinge or twitches, I believe she calls it. So yeah, that just fits right there really cutely on the thumb notch that I punched. All right, let's make some, okay? Let's make something, all right? Let's make them all. How about that? How about that? Let's just make them all, and yeah, let's do that. Okay guys, so here I have 6 sheets of 6x6 paper. This is from a more colorful pack of paper that I really wasn't too fond of, or not sure what to do with, other than make maybe birthday cards or, you know, cards in general. What you want to do for, let's do the pocketbook first, or the brag book. This one. All right, we're gonna do that one first, and I'm just gonna show you what I do to make it. So this paper isn't very thick at all. It's not really, it's a very thin or lightweight cardstock. Okay, what the first thing you really want to do is figure out which page you want for your cover. I kind of like this one right here. Let's see. Yep, so I'm gonna make this one my cover. I'm just gonna fold it in half, just like so. And right, and then I'm going to corner round it. I'm going to use my medium-sized corner rounder, so that's about, I want to say like 7 millimeters. This one doesn't have the measurements on there, but that's perfectly fine. All right, so I just went around and corner round my corners. Then you want to pick your second page. Doesn't really matter which page or which order you put them in. You just want to make sure that you corner round all of them to match the cover. Non-directional paper works best for this project, but you can totally use directional paper. You can even use double-sided paper if that's all you have. Single-sided works best because we are going to glue these into pockets, so you'll never really see what's on the inside here. All right, I'm going to use my We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker to pop my holes in, to pop the little thumb notches in. So I'm just going to put it right here on the 3 mark because my page is 6x6, and I'm just going to pop a little hole right there, and do the same thing with the other pockets. And I'll show you the difference between the two that I'm making. So the one that I've made, I staggered my thumb notches and placed them, you know, at various spaces along the 6x6. But this one I'm going to put them all right here in the center. And now you have like a little thumb notch that looks like that. All right, so let me get my pages back in order. I believe this was the last. And here we go. Okay. All right, so that's that. Here, I'll show you the difference between the thumb notches. Of course, you can tell the difference, right? So I used my 1-inch thumb notch, 1-inch hole punch to make these thumb notches here on this one. I'll bring it closer for you. And then I used my We Are Memory Keepers envelope maker to make these thumb notches. Same concept, just, you know, different location. So on this side I have my thumb notch here. So I just basically staggered the thumb notches from one side to the other on this project, but we're going to put them all in the same location on this project. So here is my back cover. I just put glue on the 2 sides here. I really want this back cover to roll around to get to the end of the page as close as possible if at all possible. So that's why I did not put glue on the bottom of each one of those pockets, because I really want this page right here to roll all the way around to the front, I'm sorry, to the back of the last page, and glue down evenly. So what you want to do at the back here is create this sort of a roll, okay, so that your pages can line up evenly. So there is our back page and the back cover of our pocket. So let me just show you what we've got. I'm gonna let this dry for a while, but basically we have just a pocketed little brag book or pocket book. So yeah, you can tuck all kinds of stuff in here, just about anything you like. You can ink these pages if you like, if you want to use this in the junk journal, or if you think it's junk journal worthy, you can just ink the edges and decorate this just as simply as that. But here is how I made my little book. Again, this is a little bit different because the pocket, the thumb notches are all lined up, whereas the other one is you know, staggered. So there's this little project. So there's how you use up 6 or 7 sheets of your junk, of your 6x6 paper packs. Just use them up, guys. Like, what else are we gonna do with it? I can't hoard it forever. All right, so there's one project, and again, you can just stuff it however you like with all kinds of stuff, or you can use it more of a brag book and put photos of your family and whatnot in there. I think this came out really cute. Let's make another one. Let's do this little pocket right here. This is just a little double-sided tuck. I'm using double-sided paper to do this. So what I've decided to do is let's use 2 of these. I'm gonna use these 2 right here, and I'm just gonna glue these back to back just like so, because I don't have a double-sided sheet of paper right here handy. So I'm just using some regular glue stick to glue these 2 sheets back to back. And again, this is not the thickest cardstock on the market. This is just some really thin, almost paper-like cardstock. So yeah, this will work out really well, that it's just really thin. So on that one, I'm gonna put glue stick. On this one, on the edges, I'm gonna put my art glitter. And I'm just going to line these 2 up. Now, unfortunately, they're both directional somewhat, because there's writing on this one and butterflies on the other. So the writing can really pretty much go in any direction, which is what I'm hoping for, but the butterflies I do want facing up. Now, gluing this down is a little tricky. You got to make sure that your pages line up accordingly. You don't want this happening, which happened to me, so that's fine. What I'll do is I'll just use my little mini guillotine right here and shave off the edges just to get it all even, because that's what you really need, is an even sheet of paper. So yeah, unfortunately I didn't get it to stick evenly. Okay, so here we have our little sheet of paper here, let's just say, and it's drying, so we'll give it a second. Right, so we're going to make 2 score marks on here, and then cut away one section. Well, let's just do it. Okay, so this is my 6x6. I'm going to score here at 3. Okay, I'm going to rotate my page and score again at 3. Okay, and we are going to cut just one little section right here. So this is where I'm going to cut, and I'm going to cross my fingers that with directional paper I'm doing this correctly. So let's go ahead and fold over our page on those 2 score marks, and move my scoreboard, and we're going to fold over this section right here. So this is where we cut our little mark. All right, we're going to fold this section right here over, and you can fold it as deep or as shallow as you like. It doesn't have to be all the way to the edge. Just note that one side has to be a deeper fold than the other. All right, so let's see how deep that one is. I'm going to go with, that's my larger one, and I'm going to make this one my smaller pocket. Alright, so let's go ahead and fold this up. Alright, so here's how we're going to fold this after we folded our two little flaps over. To give this a staggered look, you have to fold it over, like fold this section up, fold this section over, and then fold this back one backwards, and now you have yourself a little staggered pocket that you can stuff to the brim with this paper. So let's put some glue down here, and if you want, you can make this back section also another pocket. So I'll do that. I'll make it a tuck. I'm just gonna fold that up and glue it. And it's so simple, guys, too simple. So basically I used up 2 sheets of single-sided paper on this project to make it a double-sided sheet of paper, because my paper was kind of thin, so it really didn't matter. But here, I'll just show you guys what we got as far as space to tuck things. You have a tuck spot back here, right? So I just created this tuck spot without doing any additional cutting or scoring. Then we have this large pocket back here, and then the smaller pocket up in the front here. Okay, so yeah, there's a little project that you can totally accomplish by using one sheet of 6x6 if it's double-sided. All right, so let me refold my little teddy bear pocket back up and tuck my items back in there. So there's project number 2. Okay, for the third project, we're going to make this little baggie right here. I think this is so adorable. You can use single-sided sheet of paper for this because most of it's going to be on the inside anyway. So yeah, I think this came out really super cute. I just happen to have the right ribbon for this project. So I'm gonna make another one of these with this paper right here because, again, I have the ribbon that matches. So all you really want to do is score yourself down the center, but a little bit to the either the right or the left. So you're going to score at 2 3/4. Okay, that's what I've selected, is 2 3/4. So let's see. Yeah, that gives me quite a bit of an overhang, so that's good. Then you're going to go ahead and score. What was I going to score? Okay, so yeah, then you score at on the larger side of your page, you're going to score at 1/4. So let's score that right there. You're going to rotate your page 1/4 turn to the right or the left, doesn't matter. You then decide which is going to be your top or your bottom, and then you're going to score here at about 1/2 inch. Let's do, yeah, about 1/2 inch. Maybe a little bit more than 1/2 inch, but that's fine. All right. Oh, and then you want to score over here on this side. This is my bottom. I'm going to score at 1/4 inch. So there's that. Okay, let me just show you what we're folding up and cutting away. I don't think my score mark actually followed itself all the way to the bottom. My page may have shifted, so that's fine. All right. So this is what we are left with. This is our little baggie. I am going to, I think I'm missing a score mark on this side. Typical me, right? So, so yeah, let me just see. Oh, okay, we're doing it a little bit different. This one came out a little bit different than that one, and that's perfectly fine with me. I don't really care. It's all gonna work out. It'll all work. So yeah, I'm just gonna, let's just adjust this score mark over here to being 1/2 inch, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So when you fold this over, you want your flap right here to meet the other side that we cut just a little bit smaller, or you could have just done it 1/2 and 1/2 and just folded them into each other. Here, I'll show you on another sheet. This is a great way to use up your 6x6. Like, let's just fold paper up and get it to where we want it to go. So you can just do one of these numbers right here, overlap it slightly, and press down to accommodate for the glue marks that you have to make. It'll all end up being the same size baggie As you can see, all of these are the same size, whether you use score marks or if you use the center of the page to line up your paper and then overhang, or we can just do one of these numbers where I just put the seam of the bag over in the corner. So there's two ways you can make this baggie. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my section here, and I'm just going to cut away one of these corners on an angle, and I'm going to remove this section right down here. So I'm removing two of my score marks, the 1/2 inch and the 1/4 inch down at the bottom. Okay, so now when I fold up my page, it'll look like so. My baggie will fold over like that, and I'm going to tuck this section inward and fold this section upward. Alright, so now we have a little pocket that looks somewhat like this. You can put your seam on the inside or the outside. I think I like it better on the outside. Okay, so the top section here is what's going to fold in to make our reinforced area for our ribbon. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my bone folder to get that nice and flat, and I'm just gonna cut the little V out in the center here to reduce down the bulk. So yeah, there are many ways you can make this. I just proved it unexpectedly. We're using up our 6x6. I just proved that we can do this a couple of different ways. Okay, so yeah, I'm just reducing down the bulk here in the middle, and I can reduce the bulk here on this side. So I'm removing this little tab right there. Alright, so let's glue this up. We're going to glue down our flaps here in the front. I'm sorry, on the top. Okay, we're going to glue this section down. We're going to glue this section down. And then we're going to flip over our little baggie to here. And we're going to flip this section over and glue that down. And then we're going to flip this section upwards and glue that down. Okay, so now we're left with something that looks just like this, similar to the previous. This one's a little bit longer because I use different score marks. So basically my bottom of the bag is what determines how tall your bag is going to be, where you score that bottom score mark. Okay, so there's that. Here's again, I'll just show you without using a scoreboard. Just you can estimate how big you want your bottom of your bag to be, or how tall you want the bag to be, just by using folds and making sure that everything lines up nice and evenly. And then here's my top section, again just using folds. This baggie will probably be about the same size as the previous, as the prototype I should say. Okay, so yep, now we got our marks all nice and bone folded. So here's what we're going to remove on this one. We're going to remove this on an angle here, this way, and cut away this section. And we're going to remove this one on this angle and cut away this section. Okay, so you're left with that. And then at the top here, I'm going to remove this one on this angle and this one on this angle. So you don't even have to remove these. We want to reinforce that top section where the ribbon or the handle is going to go. So this is what I've decided to do, is fold these two down and fold this section down right here. These are my bulk tabs that I left, right? I cut it on an angle and glued it down and glued this side down. So now this is what your inside of your pocket is going to look like. And again, we did a little overhang, so that's great. And then we can glue this section down right here, this upper flap, just like so. And then we're going to overhang our middle section. So glue will go here on this tab right here. And we're going to glue down at the bottom here to close it all up. So I know I told you guys last week that I have myself a new little puppy. He's not really a, well, he is a puppy. He's just a large dog. Like I can't remember the last time I had a dog this big. He's a standard schnauzer and he's about 40 pounds almost. About 38 pounds. So yeah, this is one of the biggest dogs I've ever had. If you recall, I used to have a toy Yorkie and he was just a couple of pounds, maybe 2 at that. But yeah, it's just so weird to have something or someone in the background in my room while I'm working that size. It just kind of like, it doesn't freak me out, but it just, I look every so often like, hey, who's that? So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna go with this brown. I like that butterfly right there, so I want to bring out that butterfly a little bit. I'm gonna go with this brown ribbon. And this is a little bit thinner than the prototype ribbon. So all you do is basically just cut it as long as you like and then adjust, right? So I'm just going to double this up and make myself 2 little handles by cutting this in half. And then I'm going to open up my pocket right here and add a dab of glue right in here. And adhere one of my ribbons to it. Okay. Trying to make sure that it's straight. Okay. And then I'm going to add a dab of glue on the opposite side, right here. Making sure that it's straight and rotate it around to there. Whoops. There. Okay. So I need this to dry just a little bit because I don't want my pocket to end up gluing shut. So I'm just going to add a little pressure to both sides like so. Alright, so now we have ourselves this little handle on that side of the bag. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side of the bag. Alright, so now we have ourselves quite a number of little baggies. We made them 2 different ways. Wasn't expecting to. Again, if you use the score marks that I made earlier on this one, you'll have your seam on this side and your bottom of the bag will be whatever size you really want. You can make it, you know, 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, and that will shrink the size of your bag to get it to about this size, okay? And here is the other bag that we made. Whoops. And because I'm using pretty paper, pretty decorated paper, you can still decorate this if you like, or you can just leave it just like this. I think this is super cute. All right, let's go on to the next project. Let's make ourselves these cute little tea bags holders, or hot chocolate holders. Actually, we're going to do the hot chocolate holder, and this is my larger tea pouch. But here I have this little envelope. So these envelopes I got probably at the dollar store or a stationery store. This is a number 8 envelope, and it's 6 3/4 is what it measures, the total of the envelope, but it's actually 3 5/8 by 6 1/2. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did to make this little pouch by using this envelope. These envelopes are so old, they're already pre-sealed. So all you really do at this point is just cut it in half. And because it's 6.5, it works out really, really well. So I'm just going to place this into my little mini guillotine here and cut it at 3 1/4. Right there. So now we have these 2 pouches. Okay, I probably could have cut it at 3. So here I'll just chomp off the 1/4 on that side. All right, so now we have ourselves these 2 little pouches. And all I really did, guys, was decorate the outside. Just take your pretty paper, place it on here. I marked where I want it to cut. So I'm basically placing like maybe 1/4 of an inch decorated paper all the way around. So about there. So again, I'm gonna bring in my little mini guillotine. And I also used the paper itself, the decorative paper, to make the closure. So here I'm just going to fold this in half. This is just a piece of the scrap from where I cut away before. And I'm going to glue this together to make the closure. And then this is going to get trimmed up, of course, because it's slightly off. And then I'm going to tuck this into the back here of the envelope. So yeah, you really want to seal your envelopes first. Again, mine was already pre-sealed because this pack of envelopes are so old. They've been sitting around forever in my craft room. So yeah, they're pretty old. Go, skip back. You're too close, buddy. I'm gonna place this on the outside. Okay. So yeah, you just line it up in the center. Give it a little smush. And now you have yourself a little closure for your hot chocolate pocket, let's say, or your oversized tea bags, which I happen to have. And then I just decorated it, inked the edges, and put a little sticker here on the front of the closure. So here, I'll just show you guys again. You see, Ghost? You can't be in here like that. Something's gonna fall on you. This craft room is dangerous. All right, so there's my little Velcro closure, and I will do the same for this one with my Velcro dots. I know, sweetie, it's dangerous in here. You don't want to be in here, trust me. So here's my little Velcro dot. It is the right size. I do have some smaller ones. They do come smaller. If you don't have a Velcro dot, you can just use, I don't know, a magnet maybe? A magnet will work. You just slip a magnet in between there before gluing it together. And yeah, that'll work too. So I'm just going to pop this on right here in the center and line that up. And now I have myself a little Velcro closure on the tea bag holder. And again, you can ink them. You can ink it. This is what is this? Vintage photo. So yeah, I just went along the edges and inked it like so on all 3 sides. Or all 4 sides, actually. I did 3 sides on the other one because, again, I glued down my paper before I cut the envelope, so that was my mistake. But it can be done either way. It's perfectly fine. All right, so there you have that, and you can put your tea bags in there. Let's make one more little tea bag holder. So this is a little tea bag invite, I guess. It has double pockets on the inside. And again, it's just 6x6 paper. You don't have to cut anything. I'm sorry, you don't have to measure anything. You can just fold your paper up to make the holder. So I'm gonna let's use one of these sheets right here. Okay, so again, single-sided 6x6 paper. I'm just going to fold this up just like so to create my pocket. You can make it as large or as small as you like, or measure your tea bag against it first if you want. So how much of that do you want sticking out? You can do it that way. It's all up to you, right? So we're just going to fold that over, make sure that it's even. Okay, and fold it in half. Well, actually, you do need a couple of score marks because this has a spine. So I'm going to place my little guy right here. I know this is a 6x6, so I'm going to score at let's see, I'm going to score at 2 3/4, 2 3/4, and 3 1/4 to create that spine there in the middle. Okay, so there's that. Now what you want to do is cut away your excess so that your here, I'll show you, so that your pockets can fold up without being trapped in there with bulk. So we're just going to cut away the excess on here. And you do need to, you can cut it on an angle, but it just needs to clear that spine that we just made. All right, so I need to cut away a little bit more on this side. And then you just put a dab of glue, a little dab of Dyalla right here on this side and here on this side. We'll fold that up, and then the same thing on this side, and then here on this side, and we fold that up. Okay, and now we have ourselves another little mini tea bag holder, and you can round your corners if you like. I did on the previous, so I will on this one, and I'm rounding all 4 corners. So just make sure that your glue is dry, otherwise you'll get glue into your corner rounder. I've done that before. All right, so here's my little tea bag, and these tea bags are really cool because they are sealed like with triple layers, and you can see the sealing of the sealant of the bags. So all you got to do really, if your tea bag is too big, just snip it away on one of those seal lines, and the tea bag is still sealed in the pouch. Okay, and now it can fit into your pocket. And this is a little snug. This one is a little bit snug, but it will fit in there. So there we go. All right, and of course I put stamping on mine on my previous pouch, so you can do some stamping on here. I have some teapot stamps and a little sentiment, so you can definitely do that on your, okay. So there, we've done several projects today, guys, using up our 6x6 paper. I think, oh no, wait, there's one more, but wait. This one's the most fun for me. I like this one a lot. This one is a little pouch. I'm going to show you guys how to make this with single-sided paper. I'm going to fold this up like so. On the, let me move this. I'm going to fold this up like so. And then your pretty side is on the inside, right there, right? Then you're going to fold this over downward to the center here. It's so simple. I saw this on Natasha's channel, Treasure Books, a long time ago, and I think I've even made some of these in the past, but I did a video on this before. But then you're going to fold this section up like that. Are you guys following? Do I need to zoom you in some? You're going to fold this section up to meet that flap that we just folded over, and then you're going to fold this section over to right here and meet that other side like so. okay? And then you fold your flap back over, and now you have yourself this cute little pocket that you can tuck a ton of stuff into. This pocket is so deep and so wide. I mean, you know, without even having a gusset, you can totally tuck a bunch of things in here, which is why I love it. It's like a little cup, okay, origami, right? So it's just a matter of just putting a couple of folds into your paper, add some glue on the inside here, and fold that over, add some glue on the inside here. You don't need a lot because this sits on its own. Like, this is literally a paper cup, okay? That's what we used to have when we were in school. We made our own paper cups. And that folds over like so. And then you have yourself a little pocket, like, too cool. All right, and again, I stuffed mine with a bunch of little things, so you can totally put tags and tickets and whatnot in there, or you can put your invitation to your tea party in there. Isn't that adorbs? And then send that off in a junk journal or what have you. Alright guys, we did make quite a number of things today, so I'm hoping that you guys give these projects a try. And remember, we can't hoard our paper forever. We have to use up our 6x6 papers, and yeah, so just go ahead and use them up. Make different little things with it, and you'll see how much quicker your stash dwindles down, because you can't keep it forever, right? You can't hoard it. So let me just bring in some of the other ones that we've made today. Here is our little pocketbook, right? And oh, here's the little pocketbook that we made today, the bride book, or pocketbook I call it. And again, it's really simple to use up your papers and be creative, right? So, all right, I'm gonna leave you guys right here. I hope you guys have a super crafty day. Go do something wonderful, and stay naturally curious. All right, guys, check out my one link down below, and leave me a comment if you try any of these projects. Tag me on Instagram. I will try to look on my Instagram in here in the near future. So just tag me on Instagram, and I'll show you guys some love out there. All right, I'll just show you guys one more time all of our projects that we made. Stay naturally curious, guys. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.